By the light of the sun, by the depth of the moon, by the flame of the wand, by the pentacle of earth, I call upon the guides of wisdom, the ancestors of the craft, and the holy guardian angel. Guide us now through the stations of the dove and serpent. Reveal what is hidden, that we may transform it into light. Hello, Aries. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Today we walk the path of the dove and serpent spread, an 11-fold journey of transformation. Each position reveals a unique aspect of your journey, alternating between the essence of your being and the events that shape your destiny. Remember to hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we have the Three of Wands. This is the Sun in Aries. This should be one of your superpower cards, okay? It's position 1. It's called the station. This is an aspect of your character. Reveals your sense of self, your essential personality, right? Perhaps your preoccupations, represents your ego. Okay, it's a card of virtue. You're someone who knows the right thing to do. You're somebody that can do the right thing even when it's difficult. I think people see you as somebody very reliable, somebody who is a strong leader. This is kind of like a stereotypical Aries energy, right? Somebody that wants to win, but wants everybody else to win too. So you are a motivator. And I think anybody in your life, when they get around you, they feel that spark. It's like you're a candle that's lighting other candles, okay? And, you want to get across the finish line, but you want everybody else to come with you, okay? And I think something that's not always understood about Aries. Everybody thinks that you're out for yourself, you're in it to win it, and yeah, you are. But it's not a win unless everybody can win, okay? So this is kind of our identity. It kind of colors everything that we do. I feel like you're very confident. You have a vibrant energy about you, very creative. You're a good leader. It's sort of, this card asks us, like, what are we driven by? What motivates us? What are we focusing our attention on? And how does our virtue now shape our experience of the world? I think you're seeking out new adventures. You're seeking out new challenges, new opportunities. Okay? I think that you don't let an opportunity pass you by. That you have a cheerfulness or a motivation about you that stays consistent even when there's bad weather. Yeah. Let's put this card into a little bit of context. Let's put the rest of our cards out on the table. We have a Queen of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Cups. We have a Nine of Pentacles. We have a Knight of Pentacles. We have a Tower. I think the Tower really is, I think this is it. I think this is very, very strong. I think this is a real breakthrough. See, Path of the Serpent. We have the Empress. Oh, nice. We have a Prince of Wands, a Ten of Cups, and a Two of Swords. Interesting, isn't it? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And we're going to set it down right here with Jimbo, the Lizard King, a.k.a. Mr. Lizard, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card could be, put your prediction in the comments down below. Now, we look around the room, we see Tower, Empress. The breakthrough, the best life, right? Breakthrough to paradise. Yeah, breaking through to the other side here. We got fire and fire. You've got water and water. You got a little bit of air, just enough air, right? Earth and earth and earth. Nice mixture of cards. I think we have we don't want too much air, right? The air is the one thing. We want a little bit, not too much. Too much air is going to put out the fire. Too much wind is going to be too much overthinking. We don't want zero air, right? We need a little bit of oxygen to fuel the fire. We have to have our intellectual mind thinking things through and helping us make decisions and helping us to look at alternatives and that sort of thing, right? But ultimately, we're following our intuition. Now, position 2 is the battle, and this reveals your task or quest. The field of your conflict or challenge. It shows some events or situations that might test your strength and resolve. Spirit is going to be testing you to see how much you have learned from your past, right? This is the card of understanding things. This is the card of finding sort of a practical wisdom. It's kind of like saying you've been through the training, and now when you're out there in the field, how are you performing? Do you remember the lessons that you've learned? And have you turned those lessons into practical wisdom, right? So it could be that this is something that's happening in your life where you have to rely on your past experiences to show you how to deal with what's coming, in your future. And, this shows you where you need to grow and fight, where you might be transforming, okay? So what conflict or dilemma is in front of you right now? Is the Three of Wands. Is there a virtue issue? Is there a moral dilemma, right, that challenges you right now? Because how you respond to this chaos or crisis in your life right now, where you can use your courage and use your Aries energy to do the right thing, is creating your future self. The virtue here is the virtue of knowing that whatever I do right now is going to determine who I become. That's a big deal. That's like a holy you-know-what moment, right? Where we realize the weight, the gravitas of this particular situation that you're in. It might be that you've got it could be a moral or ethical consideration. It could be a career choice, right? It could be that we're sort of choosing between, the job we have now that satisfies us, that motivates us, that we love, that puts us in touch with our people and we feel good about it, or maybe a job that pays more money, but it seems like it's not really in line with who we are or who we want to be. So the virtue, right, the Three of Wands, doing the right thing right now because we want to become the right person. Queen of Pentacles is always representing your future self, looking back on this moment to see if you made the right choice. And so we are sort of drawing upon everything that we know, our practical wisdom, everything we know about life, everything we know about ourselves, everything's coming to a head right here. Everything is informing this decision that you're about to make. Okay? And so this is this is the question. How are we responding to the current situation in our life? Okay? Whatever's going on with you, I think that there's a change. There is we see the Tower. This is a very abrupt change. So it's kind of like we know that we're about to make a really, really big move in life. We're about to do something that's going to break all preconceived notions, that's going to break down all barriers. We're about to break through and level up. We have to make sure that we're handling things correctly. Okay? We have to make sure that we remain virtuous. Yeah. So, position number 3, your soul. This is part of your character as well. Reveals your unconscious drive, your private self, your emotional landscape beneath your very virtuous and very practically wise, and really strongly capable persona, right? This is a secret wellspring. This is kind of like saying, deep in your soul, what kind of person are you? Well, you're an Ace of Cups. You're an ace, you're love. And so there's not this selfish motivation. You're not just saying, well, I have this opportunity now to sort of to break through, to level up, and I'm just going to take it for myself and screw everybody else. No, you're operating from such a pure place. And I think that this card is really revealing that you feel very, very good about your decisions. You know that your virtue is coming from a pure place of love and compassion and connection. You care about everybody, not just for yourself. Okay? So this could be a secret wellspring of feelings, memories. This is sort of our hidden desire, our attitude, right? The feelings that are shaping our destiny. And this is really that love. I think that you are making choices to bring more love into your life, even if it means that, you might have to turn down an opportunity, let's say, it's kind of like you're not going to sell out, that you will turn down an offer of a lot of money if it goes against your authentic self, if it goes against your personal brand, And I dig that. I like that a lot. I've been offered a lot of sponsorship kind of opportunities for this channel. And it's something that I know I don't really talk about it, but it's something that I've kind of from the beginning, I just said, I'm not gonna take money from anybody to promote a product on this channel unless I really believe in it. And now here's some dishwashing detergent that I really believe in. No, if I'm gonna promote something on this channel, it's because I believe in it. It's because I use it myself. Right? And so I get offers all the time from all sorts of weird stuff that I don't know what it is. And so I'm not going to go for that, even though probably offering a bit of money, but it goes against my personal brand, my personal ethics. Okay? And I feel like you're the same way. And so you realize that this attitude of yours, this moral compass that you have, these feelings that you have, this whatever is inside of you, that you're honoring that. And that is helping you to make your choices right now. So you're not just going to say, screw my friends and family, I'm taking the money, right? I think it's tempting. I think we could use the money. I could buy a few more nice jackets if I had the sponsorship money, but I don't believe in it. There's nothing wrong with taking sponsors. If I had a sponsor would approach me with something that I really like, something that I use, and it makes sense to me and it resonates with me, yeah, I'll do it. I got no issue with that. But to talk about something as if and maybe now I'm talking myself out of a job. I don't know. Maybe now I'm not going to get any more sponsor emails or anything, which is fine, But I feel like you honor this love that's inside of you. You have core beliefs and principles, and this is helping you to shape your destiny. Okay? So you're always following the path with heart. You're making decisions based on your heart, not on, what the pentacles might want, not what might be better for your wallet, right? Of course, there's nothing wrong with trying to fatten your wallet either. The next position is the dwarf position. It's an event, okay? And this uncovers the past influences or some inertia or some knots of karma that we might still be holding on to, or that might be shaping our current situation. And it's a card of gain. And it's kind of saying that, there was maybe a time in the past where we were pursuing just simply profit, where we were, that's all I wanted was to get more money, more money, more money. And it might be that we still want financial abundance. Who doesn't? Right? I mean, we realize that it's kind of necessary, So we have to reconcile this with our virtue, with this belief, with this core feeling of who we are and what we're all about, this personal brand, this identity. And so it's okay to still be pursuing physical success, physical abundance, okay? And perhaps this path of gain, of profit, of progress. This is the card of a visible sign of progress. This is the card that says we've been gaining, we've been increasing something. Okay, and now comes that moment where I think there's a big decision on your plate. There's a big opportunity coming. You have the opportunity to level up, and you just simply need to make sure that it still resonates with you, that what you're doing is still vibing with who you are as a person. Okay? So what past events still echo in your present moment, right? Are there old failures or fears? Was there kind of a time where in life you didn't have very much? You know, was there a time in your life where you didn't feel as if you were making all that much progress? Was there a time that maybe you delayed your own progress for the sake of other people? And now you might be of this mind that says, I'm due. It's my turn to it's my turn to succeed. It's my turn to level up and have this breakthrough. Okay? Because, the fact that we have this Venus, it's a Venus in Virgo. So it's kind of like a love for material things. It's an increase of material things. And it may be that we come from a past where we didn't have a lot, or we did, it got taken away. Or we grew up in a sense, in a way that we were denied a lot of, extra material things, yeah? Where the cupboards were bare. And now it's okay to say, I don't want my cupboards to be bare. So this has to be an influence. It's not always a negative influence. But we have to recognize how this old fear or this old energy is still influencing our choices now. Okay? It could be the exact opposite. It could be that you grew up in a family where there was too much of everything. The cupboards were too full. They were overflowing. And you recognize that there is no virtue in that either. Okay? So this is influencing who we are right now and the choices that we're making at the present time. Now, the position 5 is the giant. And this kind of reveals our driving force, right? The dominant motivation, a creative impulse, a personal virtue, right? The Knight of Pentacles is looking at the future and looking at the top of the mountain. It's a physical mountain. It's the Pentacles. We're looking at the 10 of Pentacles. And we're thinking, okay, yeah, I believe in, the accomplishment of material goals. I believe in climbing the ladder, making money, setting up a future, having a stable financial life. I believe in having nice things. I believe in having something to leave behind, something to leave the kids or something, I want to have material success, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We have to understand that this is not the only motivation for us. And the idea here between the two positions is that our material goals are in harmony with us. This is like if I'm taking money for a sponsorship, right? Let's say some tarot card company or oracle cards or I don't know, these other things that I use. Let's say they want to sponsor the channel. There's nothing wrong with us accepting that and getting compensated for that, as long as it's something that we believe in, as long as it's something that resonates with us. Because otherwise, this is going to eat away at you. If these are not compatible, if this is not a path with heart, it's going to eat away at you over time. Okay? And it's going to lead to the Tower being a very negative card, where we're looking at the Tower as being a very positive card today. Okay? So this becomes that, the virtue that is propelling us forward. Why do we want to achieve the goals we have? What is driving us to accomplish the goal, to climb the mountain? What is it that is pushing us to the top, to the summit of that mountain? Okay? What are the goals that we have, and how do they align with who we feel we are deep down inside of us? And maybe you're just saying, you know what? No, I'm a materialist. My love here is just that love. My essential core self, deep down inside of me, I just want the money. I don't care about anything else. And that's fine too. See, I'm not saying anything's right or wrong. I'm saying that you have to know who you are and know how your truest inner self is guiding your choices and how it resonates with your goal. It would be contrary for you to be a materialist and say, I want financial goals, I want to be successful, I want to be, the richest person in my family or something, but then for you to force yourself to make decisions that are contrary to that. You would be denying your true nature, okay? Your true nature is never right or wrong. It's never good or bad. It just is. It's pure, and it's perfect the way it is. But it's up to you to see what's inside of there and say, what is it I really want in life? Maybe I just want to kick some butt and be the best at something and get the money. That's okay. That's fine, It's a matter of knowing that about ourselves. And maybe you're saying, I don't want the money. It feels wrong for me to be out there making profit when I just want to be, do other things or something, right? It's just a matter of being true to ourselves and being pure in what we want and who we are. And knowing that about ourselves, admitting that, looking at it and saying, that's who I am, that's what I want. So then we can align our choices and we can align our goals with this essential self and not do anything that's contrary to our nature, because that would be unvirtuous. The Three of Wands, the virtue card, is not about absolute right or wrong. And I don't want to get into that debate, about, absolute good or evil, or that sort of, the ethical questions of life. This is about your personal ethics, about making choices, having goals, living a life, pursuing a life that resonates with who you are, with your true nature, and not going against your true nature. Okay? So that's what we have with the Knight of Pentacles, right? We're manifesting our own destiny. The Knight of Pentacles knows that every choice I make, these two cards are very similar, the Knight and the Queen, right? We're looking at the future, thinking every thought, word, and deed is creating my future self. Okay? It's karma. This is us in our future self looking at the past and saying every thought, word, and deed, every choice I made has created who I am. Right? And so they kind of meet in the middle because they understand that our thoughts, words, and deeds, our choices, create who we will become. And this is us acknowledging that and saying, I'm okay with who I'm becoming by making this choice right now. That's all it is. We're reconciling the past and the future. We're reconciling the choice, the goal, the path with who we are. So as long as we're making a decision right now, we're choosing a course of action, fully aware, saying, I know who I'm going to become making these choices, and I'm okay with that because it resonates with my true nature, and therefore it is okay. All right? And we're not justifying it to ourselves. We're trying to be in harmony with ourselves. Okay? Now, the future position is the Imago, and it is position 6. Okay? It's an event. It reveals the next steps or the future events for you. The immediate consequences of your actions, things are changing very, very rapidly. This is a novel experience. This is a peak experience. It's a breakthrough. Okay? The path before you now, the choices you're making right now are leading to a significant change in your circumstances. Okay? And this is an abrupt change. So whatever is on the table now, it is really going to change your life in a major way. Okay? Now, we're going to talk about the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed, please do. These readings are totally free. The position 7 is the persona. This is your character. This is somebody who is in harmony with who they are and what they're doing. Your best self, living your best life. You are being true to your nature. Your actions, your external world is reflecting your internal world. Your internal garden and your external garden are in harmony. And so this is someone, again, kind of knows their true self and is living that way out in the world. You're an authentic being, and you're doing what you do, right? And this is what other people see in you. Other people see this harmony. And I think this is really a wonderful way for us to sort of project our energy out into the world. Yeah? That we're trying to live a symbiotic life. We're trying to live in harmony with the people around us and with the world around us. We feel like we're at peace with ourselves and we're at peace with the world around us. Yeah. And so that's very, very good. Position 8 is the shadow, right? This uncovers some hidden events or influences in your environment, circumstances that test you by stirring up what we might deny in ourselves, right? It's the Prince of Wands. It's a fixed fire energy. And there are some things that happen around you that do provoke a little bit of this competitive energy, right? I feel like you're very stimulated by other people. In other words, when other people are challenging you or asking you to step up, or provoking you, pushing you a little bit, you respond. Yeah, you step up to the plate. You like to be challenged. You like for there to be a little bit of resistance, in the world, and that stimulates growth. We live in a world of contending forces. That's part of the harmony. It's not incompatible with the Empress, because the Empress is that sort of natural state of things. There are ups and downs. There's pushing and pulling. We live in the world of opposites. There has to be a stimulus. A body in motion is going to stay in motion until acted upon by an outside force. A body at rest, same thing. We need some kind of stimulus. So that stimulus and response energy is really important to you. So you seek out challenges. You seek out ways that you can be yourself and fulfill your nature. Okay, and I think that really is, I don't feel like there's much of a shadow side to any of this for you. The fear, worry, and concern, of course, is our Ten of Cups, excuse me, because this is kind of challenging our growth. This is, well, this would be putting the flame out, right? Too much water is also going to extinguish the flame. Yeah. So the Ten of Cups is the card of satiety. We almost fear becoming fully satisfied in life because that would be contentment, complacency. It would extinguish the fire. Then who am I? Then what would I do? Right? So I feel like you're a very ambitious and almost very competitive person because that stimulates growth. And you're doing it for the right reasons. You're staying true to who you are. You don't want a life where you're just kind of sitting there doing nothing and thinking, I like my life, but it's kind of like this would just become a Four of Cups, where we wouldn't be stimulated to anything. And I think that we're sometimes afraid of really enjoying what we've created, enjoying our success, because then we may feel as if I'm losing my edge. I'm losing my I'm getting out of shape. I'm losing my fitness, you know. But I think we have to realize that the Ten of Cups is usually a temporary thing, that we'll accomplish a goal and we'll feel good. In that moment, we are content, we are blissed out. And then, well, we get hungry again, right? This is the card of satiety. And we have to face this if we're really going to step into our power. We have to allow ourselves to feel satisfied sometimes. And I think if we know we're on the path with heart, then we can fully enjoy the fruits of our labor without any kind of guilt, any kind of remorse, nothing like that. So by you looking at your life and kind of confirming that the path you're on and the choices that you're making, especially this big life-changing choice, is in harmony with your true nature, then you're fully free to enjoy the fruits of that labor because you didn't do anything that violated your own personal ethics or your own personal brand. So this is kind of like if I take the money for the sponsorship and I fully believe that this is resonating with me and with the channel and with the community and I feel good about it, then I can fully enjoy that money. I can fully enjoy that decision. And I can be content with it. I can be happy with the choices and with the outcome of those choices. Okay? And so this is a really important card. And it's in this fear position because we're afraid that, maybe that we're going to make the wrong choice and we're going to feel guilty, that we're going to do something, we're going to take the money or whatever, and then we're going to feel bad about it and we're not going to be able to fully enjoy this. Of course, we know that if we take the money and it's going against our true nature, we're not going to enjoy it, And so having that as our fear, it kind of keeps us in check, right? But on the other side, we can't be afraid of that card, and we have to know that when we operate from our true essential nature, our own personal moral compass or spiritual compass, and we succeed at something, we have every right to enjoy that win and feel good about it, And now the next card is position 10. It's the destiny. Shows the final outcome, right? The projected culmination of all of this is you making that choice in the external world. And these are the choices that are shaping your transformation. Every choice you make is shaping your future self. There is a big decision on the table now, and we have to align our actions and our choices with this destiny. We have to follow the intuition, the little crescent moon at the top there. We have to follow our heart. We have to make the choice that resonates with us. Okay? And again, if this is a material choice, if this is a quest for money or fortune or fame or something, and that's your true nature, that is absolutely correct. And you should align your choices with that essential self. If your true nature is, I want community, more focused on other things, I don't care about material gain, you should make choices that are in that direction. Okay? And so for you to align yourself with your highest potential, you have to make choices that are in alignment with who you really are. That true nature. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. position 11. And this is the guide. This is your true self, your inner self, your holy guardian angel, right? This is that part of you that you have to embrace to move forward here. So what do we think it's going to be? I think it's going to be an ace of something, right? This is that inner teacher. This shows the character qualities that we've got to develop to walk the path ahead. And I think it is clarity, it is a singular purpose, it is an essential. So I think it's going to be another ace. Or it's going to be the ARIES power card, you know, the Emperor. Let's see what we have. It's the Six of Cups. So this is interesting because Six of Cups is the card of community. It's the card of sharing, of generosity. It's the card of helping, of others, of compassion, of empathy, right? So it's not a selfish card. It's not just saying, I want this for me. I think what is in your essential nature is not just, I want the money, screw everybody else. It's, I want the money, yeah, but I want to have community. I want to have love. I want to have people in my life. I want to belong to something. I want to feel like I belong somewhere. I want to feel like I'm part of something. You know, I want to feel love. I want to spread love. I want to give love. I want to share my winnings with people. So this takes us right back to the beginning where we said that, you know, you like to be first across the finish line, but you like to make sure everybody else gets across too. I think this is an absolutely perfect confirmation card. This is, this is pleasure, right? And this emerges as the voice of your soul's truth. So what message does your higher self offer you? And how can you integrate this wisdom in your life? You can be goal-oriented, but also be community-oriented. Be love-oriented. Accept your true nature and share your love with the world. Don't isolate yourself. It's all about connections. Yeah, this is really, really good. Now, please, let the lessons of these 11 stations settle into your heart. Each card is a mirror. Each station is a temple of transformation. Remember that the tarot does not dictate your future. It reveals the patterns of possibility. It invites you to co-create your destiny. If this reading has illuminated your path in any way, please share your reflections down below. Together, we travel onward, ever upward and ever inward. And we're also going to do an extended reading. We'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There is a link in the corner. There's a link down below in the video description. New readings for Aries, usually Mondays and Fridays. This was a bonus reading, okay? I feel like you needed a little bit of guidance for this big life-changing moment that's taking place. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.